All right, so here we go. We're going to actually talk about real quick number 3, the fact that you guys had so much problems with it. Some of you were really good, some of you were really close. So here we go. And it is the solution. It's a way of thinking about the same problems. So in this case, we're going to start with a box, 75 kilogram box, and I believe it's down a 25-degree angle. Helps if I'm in the where you can see that. And they say an acceleration is equal to 3.60 meters per second squared. Okay, so that's what all the information you're given, but you can find a lot out because you already know it. So again, let's complete our picture. So the first thing you do, regardless of what you were given, you sit there and find f of g of x, f of g of y. That's something you can go and say every single time, f of g is equal to mass times acceleration due to gravity. So f of g in this case is 75 times 9.81. So f of g is equal to 735.75 newtons. I'll bring this up a little bit more so you can see it on my screen. So that's f of g. So then you can calculate f of g of x and f of g of y. So in this case, your f of g of y should work out to be 666.8. And if I have a calculator, f of g of x. So 735 times 735 times sine 25 is 310.6 newtons. Cool, so that's all you've got so far. Now, you know, without anything else, because it says there's no other forces, it's just sliding down the ramp. So this is my resultant. This is the sum of the forces in the x direction. It's really fuzzy. Maybe it's not fuzzy to you, but it's fuzzy to me. So anyway. So we need other information. So we need to know our f of n. Why? So we can calculate our f of s. Generic term f of s, force due to friction, yes? Well, the problem is we don't have enough information. Well, let's take a look at what's up. So to calculate our f of n, we need to know our f of g of x. Well, that we do know. F of g of x is 310.6 newtons. That's the only equations. That is our f of n as well. So our f of n is 310.6. And it should make sense because f of, actually I just messed that up. I used the g of x, so it's not that, my apologies. It's 666.8. Use the wrong, see, you skip steps, you make mistakes. Up equals down. F of g of y. So f of n is 666.8. That's our f of n. Cool. Well, we know our static friction equation because we've calculated our f of s. F of s is mu of s times f of n. Well, that still doesn't help us really because we're still missing some stuff. So we have one more equation. We have the idea the sum of the forces in the x direction equals what's speeding us up minus what's slowing us down. But we already know this because this equals mass times acceleration in the x direction, which is 75, our mass, times 3.60 equals what's speeding us up. In this case, the only thing that's speeding us up, zoom out of here, come on, there it goes. Speeding us up is force due to gravity in the x direction minus f of s. So 75 times 3.6 is 270. F of g of x, we said was 310.6 minus f of s. Well, we subtract this over. 270 minus 310.6 is negative 40.6 equals negative f of s. Okay, we're there. That's f of s. I'm going to get rid of those, multiplying through by negative 1. But we know f of s. Remember that equation we used up here? So we have 40.6 equals mu of s times f of n. $40.6 mu of s, we do not know. Our f of n, however, we know is 666.8. Divide through 66.8. Our mu of s by 66.8. 0.0609. And hopefully, with any luck, I did that right. Yep. Hopefully that helps. We'll actually talk about this because I'm not certain if everyone's going to watch the video. But the idea, and this is what I kept trying to tell you guys in class, is you knew how to find f of g of x, f of g of y. You knew how to find f of n. You knew those had to be a force due to friction, so this is the part you were doing well on, all the way down to here. This is what I wanted to see on your sheet. You should have been able to get there. The hard part for this question is so what? Using the force equation, speed up, slow down, and then solving the rest of it. We'll do a practice like that in class, so hopefully you did well. Again, don't forget to do number 4 or watch C and D and answer the questions.